Hey guys, welcome to Bonehead Truckers. Guys, I've got an update on this accident, this wreck, and I'm not going to even call it an accident. I shouldn't call it an accident. Here in Texas on I-20 that claimed the lives of 5 innocent people, 5 Americans. Okay, but to give you guys a little bit of a summary of what's going on, the reason why we're doing this content now, and the reason why I'm so passionate about it is, first of all, last March we had this accident, a lot similar to the one we had in June. We had this accident where a guy hauling an Amazon trailer that had broken English, okay, hauling for a shady company, went down I-35 and ran over a bunch of people and took the lives of other people. And then on Mother's Day we had this accident in Chattanooga, Tennessee, another high-profile accident. Okay, again involving someone who was from Haiti and hauling an Amazon trailer for a shady company. Okay, and then there's been some other, not so much high-profile, but I think just as important accidents, like in West Virginia, in Alabama, Florida, where you have drivers that didn't know English or broken English hauling for shady companies that you would think that should not be hauling loads. Drivers shouldn't be hauling these loads, and that's the reason why I've been so passionate about this for the last few months, and I will be about it. Because I feel like I've seen the power of our voice on here on Bonehead Truckers and on X, and it's important that we get this message out, because a lot of times we've had accidents in the past, wrecks in the past, where we just kind of just blow it off. In 2025, I was just like, okay, no more of this blowing it off. We're putting these companies on blast. We're putting these drivers on blast. We're putting these practices on blast. Okay, and these practices is this, and this is what we have, thanks to maybe Danielle on X. If you're not subscribed to her or follow her on X, you need to, because she's a status girl. She's all about her numbers and all that, and she researches a lot of these companies and a lot of these citations and stuff. Well, she put an update up today, on Sunday, that was going through this, the violations on the truck, the DOT for Hope Transport, on June 28th, 2025. And if you look right here, you see all these violations right here, and you say false report of driver's record of duty status, false record of duty status, improper use of personal conveyance. Thanks to WFAA. Thanks to the reporting there. We heard a former driver sit there and talk about how this company, Hope Transport, which is not even their name anymore, they changed their name. This is what they do. They force their drivers to pull these loads that are team loads, but they're solo drivers. And the only way they could get away with it or get around it is personal conveyance and abusing that until they get caught. In this instance, this driver got caught. He got caught by running over people and taking 5 innocent lives. Okay? Now I want to tell you guys something, and how important this is. Okay, when you work for these shady companies, and I'm talking to the drivers here, I'm talking to you drivers that hear my voice, is that, maybe you guys don't know, especially you younger drivers and newer drivers. When a company forces you to do this, when a company runs you like a team, but you're a solo driver, and they fix your logs and all that kind of stuff, and then something happens, whether it be just an inspection, okay, roadside inspection where the DOT officer inspects your logs, or a bad accident happens like this, guess what happens? Guess who gets thrown in jail when you have this sort of situation? And it will probably ruin your life forever. You took people's lives by running illegal. That company is just going to go close its doors and start up another company. They're running around here, running on, false identities. They're probably not even living in the United States of America. When you're out here driving these loads and you're thinking, oh man, I sure, this will help me pay my mortgage, and I get it. But when something happens like this, guess who gets put away? You, the driver. That company, yeah, they'll get a bad mark. They may get sued. That's what insurance is for. They may get, they may close down their company and start up another one. Chameleon carriers, kind of like that. But guess who pays the ultimate price besides the victims? You, the driver. Because you allowed it to happen. You did not take the responsibility and says, hey, remember the old saying, I'm the captain of my own ship here? And just pulled it over. Took you a nap. Says, hey, I'm out of hours. I'm going to pull over on the side of the road, at a truck stop and take my 10-hour break. These are the things that you are required as a driver, as a professional driver, that these companies that aren't professional, that they're pushing you, they're not professional companies, and they don't have professional drivers. That's the reason why when you go to these mega carriers, and it doesn't have to be a mega carrier, it could be a smaller carrier, I mean, I say we, like TRC Freight, right? We make sure that you're professional, okay? Whether it be, running your logbooks right or wearing flip-flops, okay? These are the things that, that we preach. That's the reason why we're here on Bonehead Truckers. But small companies, large carriers, they all have that same set. When you go into orientation, they want you to be professional. But when you go to these shady outfits like this, that you may have your orientation on Telegram, okay? They don't even see you. They don't even know if you speak English. They don't care. They just want you in a truck to pull these Amazon loads or whatever loads, these team loads that you can't physically do legally. Now, how many times has these loads been done illegally and nothing's happened? Quite a bit. This happens all the time. Okay? But it just takes that one moment. You fall asleep like this driver did, and it changes everybody's lives. Okay? Drivers, you have got to CYA. Cover your assets. You just got to do it. I don't want to sit there and hear of a Bonehead Truckers viewer, okay? A viewer being thrown in jail because he worked for these shady outfits, okay? That I've been warning you about. You guys have been calling me racist. You've been calling me xenophobes and all that. And I get it. You're fragile. You got your fragile feelings, okay? But I told you this a long time ago. I don't care about your fragile feelings. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, okay? American truck driving, we have our culture, okay? Our culture is rich. When I wanted to become a truck driver, it was because I wanted to be a truck driver. Yes, it was to make money, but I could have made money doing other things too. I enjoyed being a truck driver. I enjoyed our culture, our traditions. Our cultures and traditions are going away, being replaced by people who are running over people. We're companies, they don't care about you. They don't care about the motoring public. All they care about is making their money. Okay? Us drivers, we got to stand together on this. We just do. And I know that there's company owners out there that stand with the drivers as well, like the American Truckers United. They're on our side. There's small to mid-sized companies and probably a large carrier or two that actually care about truck driving, truck drivers, and our safety and our well-being.
So with all the bad companies out there, where's all the good companies at? Well, right here, TRC Freight. I've been telling you guys about TRC Freight for how many years now? What makes us better is that we're transparent, okay? You negotiate your load, you get the rate con. Sometimes we book a load for you. Guess what you get? The rate con. If you book a load for $1,000, you get 88% of that $1,000. We don't mess with the logs here. If you have hours, you have hours. If you don't have hours, you don't have hours. We're not going to go and sit there and says, hey, Mr. Joe Bob truck driver, we're going to change your hours. We're going to need you to run 20 hours on this load. We don't do that here. We are an American company, ran right here in the United States of America. We have United States citizens. When you call us, you're calling us United States citizen. Okay, that's big today. I'm just sitting there saying, okay, and the owner of TRC Freight is a Marine. You just don't mess with Marines, okay? There's some patriotic son of guns. I'm just sitting there telling you. Listen, if you want to find out more about us, give us a holler. TRC Freight, trcandme.com is our website. 88% full transparency. We don't hide anything from you. You come over here, you know what you're getting. And I'm telling you right now, we're Americans over here. That means something. trcandme.com.